Your engine wakes up every day expecting respect and gets abused instead. It doesn't fail in a blaze of glory. It fades, one bad habit at a time. Every ignored warning, every lazy shortcut, every just this once. Years disappear quietly. This isn't about rare disasters, it's everyday sabotage. Stay with me, because what you're about to see is killing engines everywhere, and the bill only arrives after the engine goes silent. Mistake number 17, ignoring the check engine light. That little glowing icon is not decoration. It's your engine raising a red flag, not politely, not calmly. It's asking for attention now. The check engine light means something is wrong, sometimes small, sometimes serious, but always worth stopping for. Ignoring it is like muting a fire alarm. Many drivers keep going anyway. The car still moves. No smoke, no drama. But damage doesn't need fireworks. A loose sensor can confuse fuel delivery. Wrong fuel mix burns hotter. Hotter burns stress pistons and valves. What was cheap becomes expensive fast. Misfires dump raw fuel into the system. That fuel overheats the catalytic converter. Converters melt. Exhaust clogs. The engine struggles to breathe. Driving until it goes away makes it worse. Computers log errors every mile. The engine adjusts to survive, not thrive. Efficiency drops. Wear increases silently. Modern engines are memory keepers. They record stress and abuse. They don't reset when the light turns off. Damage stacks quietly over time. Checking the light early saves money. It protects fuel economy. It prevents breakdowns and tow trucks. That light isn't annoying, it's mercy, flashing before things break. And if you think that warning is dramatic, wait until you see what happens when you borrow time from something even more essential. Mistake number 16, oil changes just this once. Oil is the engine's lifeblood, not a suggestion. Skip it and the engine starts starving, not instantly, slowly, silently. Fresh oil does more than reduce friction. It carries heat away from moving parts. It cleans microscopic metal debris. It seals gaps between pistons and cylinders. No oil change means none of that happens. As oil ages, it breaks down. Heat cooks it. Dirt contaminates it. Metal shavings float inside it. Now it's no longer smooth. Dirty oil behaves like liquid sandpaper. It scrapes bearings. It scars cylinder walls. It grinds camshafts without mercy. Damage builds with every rotation. Sludge forms next. Thick, sticky, black goo. It hides in oil passages. It blocks flow to critical parts. The engine starves where you can't see. Skipping just one change feels harmless. The engine remembers it forever. Wear doesn't reverse. Clearances never recover. Old oil also raises temperatures. Hot engines break seals. Gaskets harden and crack. Leaks begin quietly. Regular oil changes save money. They preserve power and efficiency. They prevent catastrophic failures. Clean oil equals long engine life. That shortcut didn't just cost lubrication, it opened the door to a habit that punishes impatience even harder. Mistake number 15, flooring the gas on a cold engine. Your engine hates shock therapy. Cold starts are stressful. Flooring the gas immediately is like punching it awake. It doesn't like that. When the engine is cold, oil hasn't fully circulated. Critical parts, bearings, pistons, camshafts are vulnerable. They slide on thin, sluggish oil. Metal scrapes metal quietly, invisibly. Cold metal behaves differently. It expands unevenly under sudden force. High RPMs put stress where parts don't fit perfectly. Tiny microfractures form over time. The pistons bang harder against cylinder walls. Rings don't seat properly. Wear accumulates silently. Efficiency drops without warning. The worst part? The damage is invisible at first. Your car still runs. You don't hear it screaming. But over months and years, life shortens dramatically. Warm engines absorb stress better. Oil flows freely, protecting all moving parts. Heat aligns tolerances. Everything moves smoothly. The fix is simple. Idle for a minute or two. Drive gently until it warms. Your engine thanks you silently. Flooring the gas cold is a slow killer. Short-term thrill, long-term regret. Treat a cold engine like a human. Warm it, respect it, and it will last. But shock isn't the only way engines suffer. Sometimes it's the wrong choice poured in quietly. Mistake number 14. Use the wrong oil grade. The engine is a fine-tuned orchestra. Every part plays a precise role. Oil is the conductor. Use the wrong grade, and the harmony collapses. Thicker oil isn't always stronger. It can struggle to flow. Critical parts get starved. Bearings and lifters suffer silently. Thinner oil isn't always faster. It may flow too quickly. Seals leak. Pressure drops. Components overheat from lack of protection. Modern engines are picky. They are designed for very specific oil viscosities. Sensors, turbochargers, and high-pressure pumps rely on it. Wrong oil confuses electronics and hydraulics. Over time, wrong oil creates tiny but relentless damage. Metal-on-metal contact, heat spikes, sludge forms faster than you realize. Your car's performance drops. Fuel economy suffers. Parts wear out faster than expected. Expensive repairs sneak up quietly. Check your owner's manual. Follow the recommended grade every time. Use oil designed for your engine's demands. It's cheap insurance for expensive hardware. The right oil keeps parts moving smoothly. It absorbs heat and prevents friction. It preserves engine life silently. Wrong oil is a ticking time bomb inside your engine. Next up, there's one temperature mistake that leaves scars even when everything else is perfect. Mistake number 13. Letting the engine overheat, even once. Push your engine past the red and it fights back. Overheating isn't an accident. It's a silent assassin. Metal expands when heated, not evenly, not safely. Cylinders warp, pistons scrape. The damage is subtle but permanent. Head gaskets are the unsung heroes. They seal combustion, oil, and coolant. Overheat once, and they weaken silently. A tiny leak today becomes a massive failure tomorrow. Coolant isn't optional. It's survival fluid. Low levels or neglect turn heat into a weapon. Thermometers spike, but gauges lag. By the time you notice, the engine has already paid. Even one red zone episode leaves scars. Efficiency drops. Compression suffers. You can't reverse metal fatigue or warped heads. Engines store every betrayal in invisible memory. Repeated heat stress compounds quietly. Cracks form. Seals blow. Pistons seize. Repairs explode in cost and complexity. Your car becomes a ticking time bomb. Preventing overheating is simple. Check coolant regularly. Heat kills slowly, silently, and permanently. Treat overheating like a crime scene. Once it happens, forgiveness is rare. Heat leaves memories, and the next warning doesn't come with a gauge or a light. Mistake number 12. Ignore strange noises. Are you listening? Every tick, knock, and whine is a secret message. Ignore it, and the whispers turn into screams. A ticking sound isn't music, it's friction. Metal scraping metal. Bearings starving for lubrication. A knock? Pistons banging against cylinder walls. Loosened parts fighting for control. Whines aren't just annoying, they're high-pitched alarms from belts, pumps, or turbos. Every odd noise signals stress, wear, or imbalance. Engines don't lie, they give early warnings. Drivers often dismiss these sounds. Just a little noise, it'll be fine. But minor friction grows fast. Looseness multiplies. Parts fail silently. The earlier you act, the cheaper the repair. Replace a worn belt now. Avoid a snapped one later. Tighten a loose bearing now. Avoid catastrophic damage later. Engines don't forget abuse. Every mile counts. Listening saves more than money. It preserves performance, efficiency, and lifespan. It keeps your car reliable and stress-free. Ignoring sounds is gambling with thousands in repairs. Engines whisper before they scream. Ticking, knocking, whining. They're all warnings. Hear them, act fast, and avoid disaster. Miss them, and the bill arrives with fury. But not all damage announces itself with sound. Some of it hides in plain sight, mile after mile. Mistake number 11. Running the fuel tank. Nearly empty. Running on fumes isn't brave, it's brutal. Every mile near empty is a silent attack. Your fuel tank does more than store gas. It cools and lubricates the fuel pump. Drive low too often, and the pump works harder. Heat spikes. Wear accelerates. A failing pump can strand you anywhere. Repairs? $1,500 plus, but preventable. Sediment doesn't lie. The bottom of your tank collects grit and debris. Drive it too low and the pump sucks it up. Injectors clog. Engine sputters. Performance drops. Lean fuel conditions are a hidden threat. Less fuel than needed raises combustion temperatures. Excess heat scorches pistons and valves silently. Micro damage accumulates with every near-empty drive. Repeated low fuel habits shorten engine life. Mileage adds up, and so does wear. Efficiency drops. Strain multiplies. Your engine remembers every near-empty mile. Refueling early is cheap insurance. It protects pumps, injectors, and combustion chambers. It keeps performance steady. It prevents expensive, invisible damage. Running low may feel thrilling. Many drivers debate over it. The engine doesn't agree. It suffers silently, gradually, permanently. Keep the tank full. Don't make it beg. And what you put into the tank matters just as much as how low you let it go. Mistake number 10. Using cheap, low-quality fuel. Cheap fuel isn't saving you. It's quietly stealing life. Every low-quality gallon is a hidden attack on your engine. Engines crave clean, precise fuel. Anything less leaves a mark. Bad gas leaves carbon crusts on pistons and valves. Your engine chokes. Power drops. Efficiency tanks. Combustion gets messy. Heat spikes silently. Detonation hits next. Fuel explodes too early. Pistons get hammered. Metal weakens. Cracks form quietly. Injectors don't escape. Gunk builds inside microscopic holes. Spray patterns distort. Fuel delivery becomes a guessing game. Do it repeatedly, and the damage multiplies. Mileage plummets. Engine hums angrily. Repairs sneak up like a thief in the night. Replacing pistons, valves, and injectors? Easily $3,000 to $5,000. All for a few cents saved at the pump. Modern engines demand clean, precise fuel. Cheap gas poisons performance. It's slow, invisible, expensive, like a betrayal. Use quality fuel. Keep injectors clean, pistons happy, valves free, engine breathes. Performance soars, bills stay low. Stress disappears. Saving $10 today on gas can cost $3,000 tomorrow. Cheap fuel is a trickster. Your engine never forgets. Even with good fuel, one small combustion problem can quietly tear everything apart from the inside. Mistake number 9. Ignoring misfires. Before crashing, your engine stumbles. A misfire is the first warning. It's not dramatic, but deadly over time. When fuel fails to ignite, trouble begins. Unburned gasoline washes away the protective oil layer. Metal slides against metal. Cylinder walls wear silently, faster than you notice. Heat spikes inside the engine. Catalytic converters overheat. They warp, crack, and fail completely. Replacement costs skyrocket. $1,500 to $2,500 on average. The misfire doesn't stop there. Internal engine components take repeated hits. Valves, pistons, and bearings suffer quietly. Efficiency drops. Power plummets. Drivers often ignore misfires. A skipped spark seems harmless, but the engine remembers every stumble. Small damage compounds into catastrophic failure. Repair early. Replace spark plugs, ignition coils, or injectors immediately. You save thousands and preserve engine life. Performance stays smooth. Mileage remains high. A misfire is the engine tripping over itself. Ignore it, and the trip turns into a crash. Engines warn you before disaster. Listen closely, act fast, and avoid the $3,000 nightmare. Every misfire matters. Every mile counts. Your engine doesn't forgive mistakes. Catch misfires early or pay the price later. Moving on, breathing wrong can be just as destructive. Mistake number 8, letting the air filter stay dirty. Choke while breathing? No thanks. Your engine feels the same. A dirty air filter is like gulping through a clogged straw. Harmless outside, catastrophic inside. Dust, dirt, and debris sneak past. They become tiny sandpaper inside your cylinders. Pistons, rings, and valves scrape silently. Wear accumulates with every rotation. Reduced airflow disrupts combustion. The engine struggles, running rich to compensate. Fuel burns unevenly. Power drops. Your car feels sluggish, slow, and unresponsive. Carbon builds faster on valves and spark plugs. Efficiency tanks. Mileage suffers. Emissions rise. Catalytic converters work harder, overheating quietly. Ignoring a dirty filter may seem cheap. Repairs later aren't. Cylinder wear, injector cleaning, and valve servicing can easily hit $1,000 to $2,000, all because the engine couldn't breathe. Replacing or cleaning a filter costs a fraction. Your car breathes freely again. Power returns. Efficiency spikes. Maintenance is cheap insurance for expensive components. Air filters aren't optional. They're survival gear. Engines choke without them. Power loss is only the start. Long-term damage silently stacks. Keep it clean or pay silently. Your engine remembers every dirty mile. Fresh air keeps pistons happy, injectors flowing, and performance alive. Breathe right, drive strong, avoid disaster. And even with clean air, the way you drive can slowly undo everything you're protecting. Mistake number 7, driving aggressively all the time. Constantly slamming the gas is like giving it a workout it never asked for. Every hard acceleration strains pistons, rods, and bearings. Stress accumulates quietly, mile after mile. Heat builds faster than it can escape. Metal expands unevenly. Clearances tighten. Oil struggles to lubricate at extreme temperatures. Friction increases. Components wear faster than you notice. Repeated abuse forms stress fractures over time. Cracks in pistons, cylinder walls, and heads appear silently. These fractures weaken the engine's foundation. A tiny flaw today becomes a major failure tomorrow. Smooth driving isn't boring. It's smart. Gentle acceleration and steady cruising reduce heat spikes. Oil flows properly. Metal slides gracefully. The engine lasts longer, performs better, and costs less to maintain. Aggressive driving steals efficiency. Fuel economy drops. Mileage suffers. Repairs hit hard. Over $2,000 for worn internals is common. Your car's lifespan shortens without warning. Think of your engine like a marathon runner. Pacing matters. Push too hard, too often, and it breaks down. Drive smooth. Respect its limits, and it rewards you. Longevity, reliability, and power aren't luck. They're earned. Speed isn't the only form of abuse. Neglect can be just as violent. Mistake number 6, ignoring maintenance intervals. This is strapping a bomb to your engine. Manufacturers don't pick numbers randomly. They calculate lifespans down to the mile. Timing belts, chains, and tensioners age silently. Stretch a chain too far, snap a belt, and chaos erupts. Valves collide with pistons. Heads crack. Repair costs? Maybe a whole engine overhaul. Fluids get dirty. Oil loses its magic. Filters clog. Neglect one part, and the stress shifts to another. Wear multiplies. Damage compounds. Your engine suffers quietly while you drive blissfully unaware. Modern engines are tighter than ever. Sensors, pumps, and tolerances leave zero room for error. Miss an interval, and even small components revolt. Efficiency drops, heat spikes, and reliability crumbles. Maintenance isn't boring. It's insurance for your sanity and wallet. Change that timing belt. Replace fluids. Inspect critical parts. Every mile after neglect is money lost and risk gained. Engines don't forget skipped maintenance. They store every mile, every ignored service. Respect the schedule, and your engine hums for years. Ignore it and pay the price in thousands. However, even perfect schedules can't save an engine if impatience strikes at the worst possible moment. Mistake number 5, shutting the engine off immediately after hard driving. Diesel drivers know about this, but who said it's only diesel? Every engine, turbocharged sabotaged or not, hates a sudden shutdown after hard driving. Hot metal holds grudges. Turbo engines trap heat, and oil starts coking inside tiny passages. Bearings soak in intense temperatures. Seals dry, shrink, and crack silently. Heat soak doesn't vanish instantly. Even after the last gear, your engine stays a furnace. Turning it off too soon traps this heat inside. The result? Premature wear, stressed components, hidden damage. Cooling cycles are lifesavers. They let temperatures drop gradually. Oil flows fully. Turbos relax. Seals recover. The engine exhales after the stress of a hard run. Skip this cooldown and repair bills explode. Turbo replacement, bearing fixes, or seal repairs can hit $2,500 to $4,000. A minute of patience saves thousands. Treat your engine like a champion sprinter. It needs a slow walk, not a slam dunk rest. Idle briefly, let it breathe, and watch performance last. Crash it into sleep, and it'll remember every impatient mile. Heat doesn't vanish when the key turns, and neither does damage caused by starvation. Mistake number 4, letting oil levels run low. It's just a little low is deadly thinking. Engines need oil constantly. No excuses. Bearings starve first. Metal grinds against metal without lubrication. Tiny scratches appear instantly. Wear multiplies silently, mile after mile. Internal temperatures spike fast. Pistons, valves, and cylinders cook under friction. Heat stresses metal, warps components, and weakens seals. Even a short drive with low oil causes hidden damage. Oil pressure drops everywhere. Hydraulic lifters fail. Timing chains strain. Every moving part struggles to survive. The engine is fighting a battle you can't see. Modern engines are unforgiving. Tolerances are tight. Gaps are tiny. And lubrication is critical for smooth operation. Without it, performance drops and efficiency plummets. Checking oil is simple and life-saving. Top it up regularly. Catch leaks early. Keep the engine cool, lubricated, and stress-free. Oil isn't optional. It's lifeblood, coolant, and shield. Neglect it for even a short while, and the engine silently pays the price. Almost there. Losing oil is bad, but pretending it's not happening is far worse. Mistake number 3, ignoring oil leaks. Every oil leak is active bleeding. Ignore it, and the engine weakens fast. Oil loss never stays slow. A small seep becomes a steady drip. A drip becomes a dangerous drop. Loss accelerates without warning. As oil levels fall, protection disappears. Bearings lose lubrication. Friction rises everywhere at once. Heat builds faster than it should. Leaks rarely travel alone. They often signal failing seals or gaskets, sometimes cracked housings, sometimes loose bolts or warped surfaces. The leak is the symptom, not the disease. Oil escaping also attracts dirt. Grime sticks to leaking areas. Heat traps it there. Rubber seals harden and fail faster. Drivers often wipe and ignore. The engine does not forget. It runs drier each mile, where stacks quietly in the background. Engines don't usually die suddenly. They die dry, slowly, painfully. Power fades. Noises appear. Damage spreads beyond repair. Fixing leaks early keeps oil where it belongs. Inside, cooling, sealing, protecting. Clean engines last longer. They run smoother and quieter. If oil is escaping, something is wrong. Catch it early. Stop the bleeding. Let the engine live. And sometimes the real destruction begins when people chase power without understanding balance. Mistake number 2, modifying the engine without proper tuning. Power is tempting, but raw power without control is dangerous. Engines hate chaos disguised as upgrades. Bolting on parts without tuning breaks balance. Air increases. Fuel doesn't. That creates lean conditions. Lean engines run hot, very hot. Excess heat melts piston edges. Valves burn. Cylinder walls score. Damage happens fast and invisibly. The engine suffers before you feel it. Modern engines rely on sensors. They measure air, fuel, pressure, temperature. Poor modifications confuse these systems. The computer makes wrong decisions. Wrong fuel timing. Wrong air mixture. Wrong ignition advance. Everything slowly drifts out of sync. Stock engines are carefully engineered. Reliability depends on balance, not brute force. Unplanned mods erase that balance instantly. What felt strong becomes fragile. Drivers often chase quick gains, but shortcuts cost longevity. Performance without tuning is borrowed time. The engine keeps the receipt. Proper tuning restores harmony. Fuel matches airflow. Timing stays safe. Temperatures remain under control. Tuned engines run smoother and safer. They make power responsibly. They last longer under stress. They protect pistons, valves, and bearings. Modify smart, not blindly. Respect the system as a whole. But the most dangerous belief isn't about power. It's about confidence. Mistake number 1. Assume modern engines are indestructible. New doesn't mean invincible. Modern engines look tough, but they're delicate inside. Precision replaced brute strength. Today's engines run with extremely tight tolerances. Clearances are tiny. Everything must move perfectly in sync. One small mistake throws the balance off. Electronics now control everything. Fuel delivery, ignition timing, valve movement. When something goes wrong, computers adjust to survive. They hide problems instead of fixing them. That's why failures feel quiet. No loud bangs, no smoke clouds, just slower acceleration, worse fuel economy, strange behavior you brush off, but damage is happening underneath. Sensors misread, components overwork, heat and friction build slowly, wear accelerates without warning signs. Older engines tolerated abuse, modern ones don't. They demand accuracy, clean fluids, and proper care. Skip maintenance, and punishment arrives quietly. Respect keeps modern engines alive. Follow service intervals. Use correct fluids. Address warnings early. Longevity is no longer about luck. It's about attention. Engines reward care with smooth power. They punish neglect with silent failure. Treat modern engines like precision instruments, not indestructible machines. Respect is the price of reliability. Pay it early or pay it later. Engines don't quit suddenly. They're slowly pushed there. Change the habits, protect the machine, and your car will reward you for years. If you want fewer breakdowns and smarter driving, roll into the next video and stay ahead of car problems before they start.